What is up, beautiful family? I am KG the Wise Barber. Welcome back to my channel. I was actually advised to make this video, but to be honest, it's actually a special one. It's actually special to my heart. It's really about not quitting, realigning with your why. And it's not just about the barbering industry, it's really about just you as a creative, you tapping in to the best version of yourself and riding that wave, going along that journey, doing what you gotta do so that you feel like you're doing everything that's necessary for you to live out your fullest potential. And that's really what this video is about. Realigning with your why and not quitting. Let's get into the video. I don't want to keep you too long. I just want to drop a couple of gems in case you are someone who is thinking about quitting your passion or quitting in this phase of your journey and turning around to go back to what's comfortable, go back to what you're used to, or just switching things up and you're not fully convinced. I just want you to have a different perspective. Realigning with your why. Just a little bit about me. I am currently in the barbering profession, but before I entered the barbering profession, I delved into different entrepreneur worlds, I guess different creative worlds. I did a fashion line, I did production and media, photography, videography. Like, I am just a creative at its whole. I've wanted to be a teacher at a point of time because I love the youth. So there's a lot of different things that I've put my hands into outside of just my education. I went to school, got my degree in accounting. I've experienced corporate America. Actually, today I quit my job. Yay! I am not clocking in for anyone else. Never again. And so today is actually a monumental day for me. So it's a perfect day to make this video, to be honest. But I say all of that to say, through all of these things that I've decided to put my energy into, there's always a point in time where I had to say, should I pause on this and go the safe route? Or, is this really for me? I question what I'm doing in the moment. And the only reason why I felt like I've done these things is because I wasn't for certain that this was my life's calling for the long run. There was something more. There was something more that I needed. There was a different passion that I had, and I had to find what that was. Now, I say that to say this. I never did quit. I want to cater to the advocate in your mind that tells you to keep going. In the midst of your journey where you feel like things may be getting hard, when you feel like things may be getting annoying, when you feel like you're just not aligning with certain things, like you may just be uncomfortable, I recommend not quitting, not so fast. And these are a couple of things to think about when you are on a verge to turning around. The first thing you want to think about when you're on a verge of quitting, not letting your emotions get in the way of your logic, okay? Understand that we are human beings. We have emotions, we have our ups, we have our downs, and we are surrounded by a bunch of people that are not in close alignment with us. Like, soon as when we walk out our door, we're going to be faced with a whole bunch of different strangers that do not have the same background as you do. But that being said, you cannot allow your emotions to get in the way of your logic. If there is something that you are into, if there is something that you're doing, and specifically the barbering industry, right? If you're going to school, if you're in a shop and you're looking to grow and develop, but you may be around something or someone, or you may have to do something that is outside of your comfort zone or is making you feel annoyed or aggravated, that does not mean quit. What that means is take a step back and understand the logic of things, understanding the black and white, not getting your emotions involved when it comes to making a choice of turning backwards in your life is monumental. You have to understand, when you're trying to decide, should I keep going or should I maneuver? You have to think about, am I solely making this decision off of emotion, or am I making this decision off of what's real? What's the reality? And can I endure the reality? Do not get caught up in, I'm aggravated, I'm mad, I'm sad, I'm annoyed, I'm frustrated today. So that brings me to my next point. Are you excited and emotionally involved with the thing that you are enduring? All right. So me as a barber, I have to think about on this journey. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be points and times where, I may not feel like it. We're human, and as a creative, you have a lot on your plate. Especially as a professional creative, as a full-time entrepreneur. Outside of just doing your craft, you gotta market, you gotta network, you gotta just a lot to go into it. You get tired and not all the time you want to do certain things. But the question to ask yourself before you decide to just cut ties with this thing is, are you emotionally involved? Are you excited about what you're doing? I'm emotionally involved with my craft of barbering. Like, I love doing what I do. I just quit my 9 to 5 job today, you guys, because that's not something that I love to do. And I found myself becoming weak when I was clocked in. I found myself not catering to the best versions of myself when I was clocked in. However, when it was time to clock out, I all of a sudden got this big burst of energy. When I have my clients that reach out to me and they want to cut or they want this and that, I literally care about that service. I care about my client. And it's because I am literally emotionally connected to my craft as a barber. So, if there's something that you are enduring today, if you are in a barbering industry or any other industry, if it's not something that you are excited about, if you are not emotionally involved in this thing, if you could wake up and not do it for a couple of days and you don't really care about it, this may not be the thing for you. That's okay. That's when you know it's time to elevate or move somewhere else. Okay, if you're not emotionally involved. However, if you do wake up, day 2 go by, and you're like, man, I haven't cut hair in a long time, or man, I haven't done X, Y, and Z, and I feel like I need it, like I'm feeling for it a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what I do, is what I love to do. I feel passionate about it. I wake up, I'm enthused, I'm ready to go. Like, everything about your day is essentially revolving around this craft that you decided to manifest in your life. If you are emotionally inclined about the thing that you are doing, the thing that you took in the leap of faith to do, then you should keep going. If you are not, it's something else out there for you. Okay? It's something out there for you. But if it's something emotionally going on and you're finding yourself wanting to quit, then you need to analyze, is this just emotion right now? And am I really excited about my craft? Do I love learning this thing? Do I want to evolve in this thing? Do I want to learn more in this thing? Do I want to meet different people that's in this thing? Like, am I really in it? Right? Do I have feelings in it? And if you do, this is the thing for you. At least right now in this day and time, this is what's for you. And you should not quit. Do not give up on it if you find yourself emotionally involved with it. So another tip to realigning with your why is reminding yourself of your goals and why those goals matter. Okay? Is it something with your family? Is it something with, how you feel? What were you doing as you were growing up and it led you to this place right now? What is your why? What are you looking to do? Not right now, but 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Is it just cutting hair that you're looking to do, or are you looking to grow a shop? Are you looking to have a school? Are you looking to mentor? Are you looking to dive into different industries? What is your why? Reestablish that why, reconnect with that why, write that why down. You guys, you gotta write your goals down. But understand your goals right now and as it was before and what it will be in the next 5-10 years from now. Because realigning with those goals will help you reignite that vision. It will help you reignite that love. It will help you avoid the distraction of annoyance. It will help you avoid the distraction of wanting to quit because of other people, because of circumstances in the now. Okay, so understanding your goals, realigning them goals, understanding your why, that will definitely help you keep going. Because sometimes we could get in the fog. We're humans. There's so many things outside of what you're doing to just create. Okay, so you may get into a position where you're tired, you're mentally drained, you're emotionally drained, you're physically drained. You don't want to do nothing, you don't want to think about nothing, you just want to be, you don't want to have to do a lot. And when that happens, you have to get yourself in a space of understanding that that's what's happening, and understand, okay, what is my why? What is my goal? Why is my goal that? And reacclimating yourself with the best version of yourself, because usually when we have goals, those goals are tapping into the better version of ourselves. Okay, so don't just quit. Don't just quit. We're not quitters around here. We only stop when we're not enthused about it at all. Like, it doesn't ignite us at all. We're not driven by it at all. That's when you may want to pivot. But before you do so, you have to understand what your goals were in the first place and realign with your why. Why is it that you decided to do this in the first place? Alright, so next tip in realigning with your why and not quitting. What else can help you not quit? When you're on the verge of throwing in a towel, when you're bothered, when you're just kind of over it, you're drained, your battery is low, you want to put it on your meditation list. You want to meditate about it, you want to pray about it, you want to go in solitude, okay? You want to take a day, a moment, a phase. You want to give yourself a space where you could talk to the divine source, you could talk to the ultimate creator, where you could connect with yourself, where you could understand those thoughts that you're having, where you could understand the language that's going on in your mind. You want to meditate on what you really want in life. You want to make sure that things are aligned with yourself in solitude, because only in solitude is where you can listen, where you can listen to your soul. You can only do that in solitude. So you want to give yourself that space to meditate, to pray, to talk out loud, to ask for answers for these questions. You want to give yourself time to think. You want to give yourself time to speak out loud, and you want to give yourself time to just receive. Okay, so meditation is a big deal. There's plenty of types of meditations that you can do. You know, just practice breathing, just practice like being by yourself and taking deep breaths. Practice going for walks. I go for walks almost every day. Almost every day I go for a walk. I put my headphones in, sometimes I do not. I soak in the sun and I just talk. I talk, and I talk out loud. I talk to God. I make things make sense in my mind. Things that may not make sense when you're in a bunch of chaos, when there's a lot of different conversations going on around you. You can't make everything make sense. But when you give yourself that chance to practice solitude, then answers come to you. And when those answers come to you, that can help you realign with why you started barbering in the first place and why you should keep going. Maybe your why may change. Maybe you've already evolved from the person you were when you first started, and now you have to restructure your why. Okay? That is being intentional with your growth. That is being intentional with you being the best version of yourself. So give yourself a moment to embrace who you are right now, what you're feeling right now, and what you want in the future, so that you can create a path for you to get there. Don't just quit. Give yourself a moment to discover, to analyze, to penetrate, to ask those questions, to seek those answers. Okay, so that is a really big tip, you guys. And it's not just in your career, but it's everything in your love life, in your family. If you want to, establish new goals for yourself, if you want to establish new habits for yourself, if you just want to be a better version of yourself, meditation and salutation and prayer goes a long way. It's literally the source of my growth. It's literally the source of my shine. It's literally the source of my glow. When I am able to practice those moments alone when I'm able to have those conversations with self, those are the moments where things make the most sense. And when you are not giving yourself that, then you could get clouded by a whole lot of external factors and you forget what's in here. Okay? So give yourself a chance to develop what's in here by understanding what's in here at all times. Alright? And that only comes from solitude. That only comes from calmness and from peace and from prayer. The Most High, our ultimate creator. Connect with that source. It's a divine intelligence, and we were created to be divine individuals. So don't just quit without doing this. Another piece in this that I want you to ask yourself before you just quit, and when you're trying to realign with your why, what is the alternative? Okay, are you going to go back to corporate America? Are you going to stay in corporate America? Is it safer for you to be where you at right now? What is it that you would do if you're not doing what it is that you're deciding to do right now? If you quit, what's the next option? All right. If that next option is not in alignment, is not making sense, to stay put. My mom has always told me, when you don't know what to do nothing. Don't make irrational moves when you haven't done the work to understand why you're doing that. And it can't be the work of just emotion, okay? Like I said previously, it got to be based off of logic as well. So understand what you're going to do next if this is not what you're going to do, okay? If this is what you're deciding to do, you decided to do this, if something has caused me to make a shift, it doesn't mean that all shifts are bad. Some shifts are good. Sometimes you got to pivot. Some things may not work. When I try personal training, I still love training. I love fitness, nutrition. I love the whole aspect of living a healthy life. But me training people is not my passion. It's not my calling. It may be a hobby. It may be something that I could talk about. I understand the lingo. I understand how to work myself out. But it's not my passion. So I understood that I needed to pivot, and that wasn't bad, because what that meant is it gave me room to find what I'm doing right now. So if you are not emotionally involved, if you are just out of it, outside of external factors, if intuitively you're not feeling it, what will be the next option? What are you going to do next? Understand that. But if you start thinking about what you're going to do next and nothing else is making sense, it's not touching the way that the thing that you're doing right now is touching you, stay put. Do not quit. I'm telling you, because you do not want to make irrational decisions and pause everything that you done worked for because you have not done the work to be fully acclimated with the totality of your why, with the totality of your reasoning. Okay, it's not one-sided. You got to be omnipresent over all different things. You got to understand why you're doing what you're doing and what you're going for. And if it's not working for you today, will it work for you in a week, a month? So let's do our due diligence when it comes to completely understanding why we are here today, why we at this phase of our journey. And that brings me to my last point, you guys. Are you uncomfortable with the stretch? Okay? And that stretch could mean a whole lot of things to a whole lot of different people. All right? If it's communication, if you do not like communicating with people, and that has been your life for a long time, and let's just talk about barbering, because this is essentially a barbering channel. If you are in a position where you're now realizing, dang, like I gotta talk to a lot of people, and I'm really not a conversive type of a person. I don't like talking to people. I don't like small talk. I don't like if that's the mindset that you have, and because of that you're not saying, I don't think this is for me because I don't like all that. This is one aspect of the totality of the career. Okay, you have to ask yourself, is this a space where I need to grow? Okay, I may not have liked communicating a lot in the past, but is this a space where now I have to develop my communication skills? Do I need to do more research on how to communicate, how to receive information, how to give information, how to translate information? Is this a space where it's time for me to grow? Okay, you gotta understand that. And that's just in the communication part. There's plenty of things that we all gotta grow in. Sometimes we have bad temperaments. Sometimes we're impatient. Sometimes, we are uncomfortable with growth. growth can be very uncomfortable. It takes us outside of being comfortable. That's literally what growth is. We have to stretch ourselves to new heights. All right. So understand, when you are in a thought process of, I think that I'm going to quit, is that because you need to develop yourself in some kind of aspect? There's all kinds of different realms of elevation. So when you say, I don't want to do this no more because of X, I need you to understand what X is and how it's related to your life, not only right now, but how it's been related to your life in the past. Is it something that you got to grow from? Are you quickly annoyed with something where you have to pause and really analyze, is this something that I've been annoyed with like all my life? Like, if somebody has done this or spoke to me in this kind of way or handled me in this kind of way in the past, like, this is how I wanted to react and it wasn't in a most healthy way, and this is what I'm feeling right now, and this is not what I want to do, so I'm just gonna quit everything. Like, this may be a moment where you have to kind of dive deep. You got to dive deep, because you can't just allow external factors. It's going to always be external factors, right? You cannot allow that to make you say no to everything that you've been working for without doing the work, because it may be you. It may not be them. It may be you. You are not perfect. None of us are perfect. So understand that about yourself and ask those questions. Can I be better in this circumstances? Can I change this Can I change my mentality in this circumstance? So I need you to not just say no on what you have been practicing for, what you manifested up until now. Don't throw it all away because you have hit a challenging part in your journey and you do not understand how to get over it. Ask questions, go to therapy. If you have a partner, dive into your partner. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Find a friend that you can trust, that could tell you something about yourself from the outside looking in. Give yourself a chance to elevate before you just say, I'm throwing in the towel. So you guys, I was requested to make this video. It may have been all over the place. I don't know. I hope it all made sense. I'm just talking from my heart, to be honest with you. But, you know, I felt inclined to deliver this because I've been in a position multiple times where I felt like I just needed to just stop and turn around. And even, you know, with the 9 to 5 that I just quit, like, I wanted to quit a long time ago because it's not something that I'm passionate about. But I knew that there's timing for everything. I knew that I needed to go through the fire of that uncomfortability of sitting there in this 9 to 5 when I'm passionate about something else, because I needed to do those tasks. I needed to get comfortable with being uncomfortable so that I could gain that resilience, because when I apply that to what I am passionate about, man, it's game time over. The game is over. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm rising to the top and it's easier for me. And it's easier in something that I love to do. So give yourself a chance to withstand the fire, withstand the pressure, so that you could come out with diamonds showering over not just you, but everyone around you. Now, after doing all of this, you still feel like, nah, I don't want to do this no more. I'm over it. Like, if you've done everything that I just said in this video, if you meditated, if you understood, if you're emotionally and excited about what you're doing, if you understood and processed your goals, if you discussed with yourself what the alternatives is in not doing this thing, after doing all of that and you still come out with the same conclusion, I don't want to do it, then my friend, it may be time for you to pivot. And guess what? There's nothing wrong with that, because something else out there is better for you. We all have a gift. God gave us divine creativity, right? We have a mind that can go further than what we have allowed ourselves to do in this lifetime. So it's okay if it's time for you to move on to bigger and better things, even if you don't know what that is right now. It's okay to move on, but you have to give yourself a chance to understand thoroughly the why. Thoroughly realigning with yourself. thoroughly understanding why you're doing what you're doing, because what you don't want to do is go into the next thing and end up with the same mentality you're in right now and not growing from it, right? So that's just raw, y'all. That's just raw. I'm gonna keep it there. I'm gonna let it be what it is. If you like this video, please comment, please like, please subscribe, please share, please do all the bells and whistles. You can follow me on IG at KG with 2Ys _ the Wise Barber. You guys, I'm out. One love. Peace.